boy, where you been? It's TeeJay, the artist. You rockin' with me. You are the smartest. So we back with another video, man. It's part 2. 1 Steph Curry fan versus 10 Steph Curry haters. So far, Steph Curry fan is holding his own, kind of like LeBron James fan was holding his own. See, these haters, they're not. It feels like they don't have the right things to say. The guy right here in this green shirt, he had some things that kind of sparked, you know, interest even, but it still was kind of but so far I ain't seen it yet, and none of the haters got something that's gonna make sense. Let's see if this one is gonna make sense. Part 2. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. Could you turn me up in the headphones a little bit?
Steph's 2016 unanimous
MVP is the most impressive MVP season of all time. His unanimous. It is crazy because it was unanimous. Because there's been other guys that probably should have had unanimous MVPs, LeBron James, but they voted for Melo that year, and like Melo wasn't even the second person for that MVP race. But this is what LeBron has to deal with. Haters out there. It's crazy.
MVP season of all time.
Jersey's tough. You already kicked your ass. It's over. You're getting out Jersey 101.
Thank you. So when we talk about the 2015-2016 unanimous decision for MVP, do you remember the second player that was actually top 10 on the Warriors?
Who was it?
Draymond Green. He received he was 7th place in MVP voting. Just for reference, the real 2-3, King James, of course. His next highest ranked player was 10th, D Wade, 2 times in a row. So Draymond Green, honestly, even if they had finished that 73-9, which they obviously lost, who is the MVP going to go to? Do you remember? Draymond Green. So you have on the wrong jersey. You understand what I'm saying?
Are you telling me that Draymond Green should be the MVP of the league?
The league. No.
Cause this is what I be meaning by the haters, bro. He's talking about the finals, the 73-9 Warriors winning the championship, and the finals MVP would have went to Draymond Green. The question: Steph's 2016 unanimous MVP is the most impressive MVP season of all time. This has nothing to do with the playoffs. It has everything to do with the regular season. Bro, this is what I be meaning by the haters. It's either they're going to answer the question, or they're going to start talking about something totally different to move the goalposts. This is what I be meaning. And now it's happening with Steph Curry fans. I mean, haters. Now it's happening with Steph Curry.
No. The most singular impressive season was tainted by the fact they lost 3-1. He wasn't even going to win finals MVP.
The MVP has nothing to do with the playoffs.
They did lose. So now that we have more reference, of course, how can you say that was the most impressive season?
Does the MVP get decided from the first round of the playoffs or the second round of the playoffs? No, because the votes are already...
How do I get on this show? House of Highlights, hit me up. How do I get on this show? I'm going to give you I'm going to give you the answers that need to be answered. Like, they're just
given before the playoffs start. MVP is a regular season award, so you have to go from game 1 to game 82. If the only thing that you have to say that the reason why is regular season awards,
and they vote way before the 82nd game is played.
So you have to go from game 1 to game 82.
It's probably game 1 to like game 60 something. They vote. It's already out.
If the only thing that you have to say that the reason why it is not the most impressive is because they lost in the playoffs, that doesn't matter. That's outside the scope of what MVP is voted on. So all you can talk about is game 1 through game 82.
That is incorrect again. Let me start you off right there. Was he the scoring champ that year?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Was he?
Yeah, boy, you might want to sit your ass down. You need to get up. Put that clock on.
Wrap it up.
Did he have any defensive stats that actually propped him up that specific season?
He averaged some steals per game. He didn't average
some. He averaged more than 0. I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
You just asked me if he had stats. I said yes. So
right, but you do understand there are 2 all-defensive teams he could have made. Did he make any of those?
No. Okay, I'm very confused because also now that I'm thinking about it, he did lead the league in steals that year too.
Did he?
Yes, he did. So I think that if you are not prepared, that's great.
Let's check the facts. Steph Curry. Let's see. Boy, fact check. 2016 NBA most steals. Oh, there it is. Steph Curry got the most steals per game with 2.1 per game. He is number one. He is number one. Everything that he's trying to say. You see? This is why you gotta shut your ass up. See, you try. This is haters. Go on, sit down, bro. You gotta sit down. He can't come back up here. That's crazy. You try to. Does he have any defensive stats? Huh? Does he have any? Huh? Does he have any defensive stats? Does he? Any of them? Does he have? Huh? There it is. Regular season. He averaged 30 every game in points. Number one. He averaged 5 threes a game. Number one. And there he is. He averaged the most steals per game. Rubio came in second. Chris Paul after him. Kyle Lowry after him. Then Russell Westbrook.
Right, but to lead the league in scoring and steals, and once again, not play in a lot of fourth quarters because you were already winning. His stats could have been so much better.
That is true. If y'all remember that 73-9 season, they was up by 30 in the third quarter, and everybody was resting in the fourth quarter. I don't think y'all need to go rewatch that Warriors 73-9 season, bro. It wasn't just scratching and clawing for wins. No, they were winning before the fourth quarter.
Except he took mercy on a lot of the league and said, "You know, I'm gonna just take these 12 minutes off. I'm gonna just take these 12 minutes off."
Okay. That's all I have.
Yeah, you lost.
I know it's like
You lost.
Steph Curry's 2016 unanimous MVP. It was a great season, but there have been MVPs that have also won Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. So how can you say it's the most impressive MVP? Let's not forget LeBron James in 2012.
It was because it's unanimous. That's why they're saying it's the most impressive one, because it was unanimous. Like, it was like nobody else is getting close to this. But I understand what he's saying. That's why I said I feel like he knows. He's a historian. I feel like he knows. And because they not only get the MVP, they also get the Defensive Player of the Year at the same time. That could be them basically showing you, I'm not only the best offensive player, I'm also the best defensive player. I'm the best player in this league this season. I understand you, bro. Wait. Most impressive. Now, you know what? Now that I'm sitting up here talking, averaging a triple-double, being the first person to do that, kind of crazy. Shout out to Russell Westbrook. Then the fact that he not only did it that season, he did it multiple seasons after that, and people act like they don't care. That part is wild. It's like, it was like the triple-double was the top thing. It was like, oh my God, he got a triple-double. Russell Westbrook did it for a full season, and they gave him an MVP. He did it after that. Then they say he was stuffing the stat sheet. They said he was padding stats after that. If he's padding stats, let somebody else go get average a triple-double in every single game. Boy, woo! They need to have one Russell Westbrook fan versus 10 Russell Westbrook haters. That's what they need. I got your back, Russ. I'm not gonna be the guy to be the fan, but I got your back on these videos.
That year. Oh. And LeBron away from the unanimous MVP, or was it 2013? And then Carmelo Anthony to MVP. Let's not forget LeBron James in 2012 was like one vote away from the unanimous MVP, or was it 2013? And then Carmelo Anthony stole that vote. Listen, I'm a Knicks fan. I know Carmelo didn't deserve MVP that year.
Thank you.
And LeBron, listen, he was a great player, but LeBron was robbed of Defensive Player of the Year. If you had given him MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year that season, because they ended up giving it to Marc Gasol, who was second team All NBA defense that year, so that was kind of a really sketchy result. I mean, that's a way more impressive season. And not to mention, LeBron won the championship that year. When Steph Curry won the unanimous MVP, what did he follow that up with? A 3-1 choke in the finals.
Regular season award. Once again, I'm sorry, but you can't use that.
So, unfortunately, you can't give it to Steph. I'm sorry.
There's two things we have to hone in on. The first thing is that you said if, which means that half of your argument is purely hypothetical. That's one. Two is the word unanimous. How many MVPs have there been in league history? There's been so many. We've had Michael Jordan, we've had Shaquille O'Neal, we've had LeBron James. None of them have played basketball so well that everybody in the media said that is the MVP. Steph Curry is the only person to ever be unanimous MVP. It was 100% success rate across everybody. Steph Curry, those numbers that he had that year, 400 threes in a season, which is ridiculous, 30 points per game, and that number could have been bigger because he was sitting out fourth quarters because they were beating everybody by 30 because Steph Curry was going off. And again, that's even before Kevin Durant got there. Before this whole, oh wow, the Warriors are a super team. They were a super team. They won the most games ever because Steph Curry had the most impressive season that we've ever seen.
For him to win MVP that season and for it to be unanimous, that's great. All of the writers and media and what biased people that voted that season, they all chose Steph Curry. And obviously they should have all chosen LeBron James in 2013, Shaquille O'Neal in the early 2000s, just because, they have some writers that like to, zag from the rest of their peers and choose someone else to be MVP. And so there have been MVPs, yes, where it would have been unanimous, but one person didn't vote for them. I mean, but those people still won championships, so that's way more impressive.
Steph Curry played so well that nobody was even thinking about zagging. He was unanimous. Everybody agreed. He's back.
Oh my gosh.
That was a power stance against the chair.
He's already up 1-0. Good luck. He has to come back now.
Young man, how old are you?
Let's get this straight.
13 plus 13 is 26.
Okay. I want to introduce you to a young man by the name of Michael Air Jordan.
Yeah.
In 1988, he won MVP. MVP of the All-Star Game, led the league in steals, Defensive Player of the Year, All-Star MVP. And you know what? Him and Steph Curry did the same thing. They did not win the NBA championship.
Once again, I would like to say this to everybody here. MVP is decided in the regular season. We're not talking about the playoffs.
Thank you.
We're not talking about the championship.
Jordan won. He won the MVP of the same thing.
You just mentioned the championship. That does not apply to what we're talking about here.
Listen, MVP, they've done the same thing. I think Jordan's season was way more impressive than Steph Curry's. Way more impressive. He's done a lot more in that 1988 season. We could go back and check. He did a lot more.
So you're telling me, because again, you talking to me like I'm young, right? Right? You young, right? So tell me since you was there. So Jordan was scoring on everybody.
Yes, he was.
He was stopping everybody.
Yes, he was Defensive Player of the Year.
DPOY, right?
Are you crazy?
What does that mean? That means best defensive player in the league, right?
Absolutely.
And still nobody said that is the unanimous MVP. Look at what Steph Curry did. Steph Curry was able to play so well.
What did he do?
Again,
go ahead. Tell me. Go ahead.
Led the league in scoring, which you said that Michael Jordan did.
He did the same thing.
Led the league in steals, which Michael Jordan did.
Did the same thing. Oh, I see you stopped at All-Star MVP. I see you stopped there, but keep going.
Nobody cares about the All-Star game, bro. Don't do that.
Go on, young man. Keep right on going, young man. Keep right on going. Go ahead. Keep right on going.
Listen, I'm gonna talk about.
They cared about the All-Star MVP back in the day. We don't care no more.
About the games that actually mattered towards people's record, because once again, the Warriors 73 wins. The best that Michael Jordan, his best 72 wins, right? Amazing season. Steph Curry topped that. Can you tell me when Michael Jordan in the 80s, what was Michael Jordan's team doing?
You notice you stopped right there at the 73 wins. You didn't say what happened after that.
No.
You didn't.
Because it don't matter. What MVP is regular season.
Because I'm talking about the regular season.
Because Jordan's team won 72 games in regular season.
And
won a chip. And won a chip.
Again, MVP is decided by regular season, everybody.
That's
we are
fine.
not talking. So please stop
That's
talking
fine.
about a chip. You keep bringing up a championship, playoffs, a chip. That I'm talking about game 1 to game 82, and in Steph Curry season.
I knew this guy when he was in the LeBron hater side that he knows his stuff. He kind of still was bad with it, but he knows his stuff, and I knew it, and I can see it. I knew
Once again, led the league in scoring, steals leader,
Jordan.
super efficient, most wins ever.
Jordan.
Didn't have that. Jordan, yeah, he didn't have that. He didn't have that. Get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out.
Highly entertaining from Coach. Steph not winning a Finals MVP during the KD era does not affect his legacy.
Steph Curry not winning a Finals MVP during the KD era does not affect his legacy. Because he has a Finals MVP now, like I'll say that was an arguing point to keep Steph Curry out of a lot of the top 5 arguments and stuff. So I do feel like it does affect it, but you have to say I'm gonna say this: with Steph Curry on the court, it allowed KD to do what the hell he was doing to them teams, because Steph Curry is so lethal from that 3-point line. Choose your poison. Who you gonna double? I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather double Steph than double KD. Reason being, when Steph Curry make a 3, that Warriors crowd act like he just did a 360 windmill on the fast break. Every 3. You want him to get hot? You want him to get hot?
Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah. Steph Curry not winning a Finals MVP during the KD era does not affect his legacy.
I just wanted you to hear it.
You got a Knicks. Whatever you about to say. Shh.
One more time.
And
sit in the fact.
Era does not affect his legacy.
I just wanted you to hear it one more time. And sit in the fact of how ridiculous. But I'm not a rapper.
That's a good bit. That's a good point.
Here's the thing. We've talked a lot about stats. We've talked a lot about wins. We've talked a lot about accolades. There's an element of a GOAT. That's the mentality. The mentality of being able to take that back seat, be Robin. That's fine. You can be a top 10 player, but you cannot be the GOAT. He let someone come into his house.
Okay, this question is not about Steph Curry being a GOAT. And I guess I kind of I didn't say Steph Curry to go. I said that it kind of affected him being like top 5, top 10. This is not a GOAT question, but I guess the GOAT is a part of the legacy, so I'm gonna let him rock.
Talk to his wife in a metaphorical way.
Hey yo.
What's she do?
In a metaphorical.
Why her?
Cut that.
Hey, we standing up for Aisha. No.
I'm talking about Steve Kerr in this situation. He allowed him to come in
Steve Kerr, the wife?
in the metaphor. Yeah.
Man, get to your point.
I'm following him now.
He's trying to disrespect
But the
Aisha.
truth
I don't know what he's doing.
The truth is, he allowed someone to come in and he was second fiddle. That's something that Jordan would have never done, who's my GOAT. LeBron, in many cases, did not. I know what you're going to say. Miami Heat, that's fine. Dwayne Wade was kind of on a decline, in my opinion, but we don't have to go into that. And I'd just like to hear your case on what you think a GOAT's true mentality should be. Someone who wants to lead the charge or take a back seat and let a guy shoot it. Go off, baby.
You don't always have to be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has tainted what everybody thinks. He has tainted. Michael Jordan has tainted what people think leadership has to be. Now people think you have to be the one taking the last shot. You have to go and punch your teammates in the face. You have to.
Wait, you're the same guy that was on the LeBron hater side, and I'm pretty sure you were saying things in Jordan's favor. Now, because it's going up against your guy Steph Curry, now he tainted what a GOAT should be.
have to go and curse people out to do all this stuff. Meanwhile, once again, Steph Curry, the same way that he plays basketball in a very special way, he leads in a very special way. Nobody ever said anything about Tim Duncan and his leadership. Meanwhile, people actually praised him. People actually said, "Oh wow, the Spurs so dynastic. So their run is so long, and it's because Tim Duncan is so coachable. He allows everybody to come in. They've been able to thrive and win 5 championships for 2 decades. That's how Steph Curry leads. And why are we hating on that? When Steph Curry has 4 championships doing things his way. He could do things LeBron's way, and guess what? Still have the same amount of championships. If the goal at the end of the day is to get the chip, that's all that matters. And Steph Curry has been very, very successful doing things his way.
Can you please define dynastic?
Language of origin, please.
Real dynasty?
A dynasty is continuing to get championships all the damn time. And we know they went on a run and they got a bunch of championships. Bro, don't act like this, bro. Come on, man.
Okay. Well, actually, I kind of like it. The truth of the matter is...
Is 4 championships in 8 years not dynastic?
It is kind of dynastic. It depends on what that even means, but I'm down for that, too. But yeah, no. I see where you're coming from. I totally do.
I think he flipped them.
You brought up Draymond before, okay? You brought up Michael Jordan hitting somebody. My last thing is, if someone stepped in your line of work and punched an intern in the face, right in the face during a meeting, are you going to let that happen and continue to work with that guy moving forward?
I mean, how good at their job are they? You know, what to talk about.
They're an average.
I will say this. Sports is the only thing that I've seen where a player could be like crazy and they still let you play. If you bring something to that team, they gonna let you rock. Until you can't play for that team very well anymore, then they're gonna get rid of you. Look at shout out to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown. He was on that team for a while. He did his thing but this the thing. You know what? That's a bad example because Antonio Brown was still cooking. Bad example. He was still cooking. Take that away. Anyway, if you go crazy, y'all get what I'm trying to say. If you go crazy, but you still balling, they're going to keep you on the team long as possible. But as soon as you start declining, peace. We ain't dealing with that no more.
Offensive player and a pretty good defender.
Listen, we're talking about some wild stuff.
All right.
Are they a DPOY or not?
Exactly.
Okay. Gonna move on to the next topic. Steph Curry was the defining player of the 2010s. Okay. Steph Curry was the defining player of the 2010s. Okay. Now we know who this really is LeBron James. Now I can't give you this one, Steph. I'm sorry. The 2010s is LeBron James's era. I'm sorry. He got there, 8 straight times? He was there every single time? Y'all had to go get KD to come in there? You know, to keep y'all going? Even Draymond came out and said, listen, we wasn't going to beat LeBron if we ain't had KD. He said this. He knew what they needed to beat LeBron James. I'm going to say Steph Curry there's a great painting of LeBron James. Steph Curry, he put like a little signature on the side. He put a little signature on the side, like, yeah, this LeBron era, but I did my thug thizzle. I can't say that he was the guy though.
Good luck.
He said good luck.
Obviously, Steph was never the best player in the league. So how does he define the whole era? That's what my question to you.
Well, we've already established the fact that Steph Curry changed basketball. So the fact that the very foundation of how we play basketball is changed because of one man. Yeah, he's the defining player of this entire era.
Changed the game for the worse. Why is he not top 25 in assists or top 25 in points all the time if he is the greatest of the whole era?
Oh my goodness! Again, we're talking about this era. We're talking about this specific era of basketball.
2010s, bro.
The fact, whether you say that he changed it for better or worse, guess what? He changed it.
He did.
He changed it, and it's because of Steph Curry.
The range is from 2010 to 2019 or 2020, however you want to say it. They get in here and start, well, why he ain't in career points. Not what the
You want to know why LeBron James is not the undisputed GOAT? Because Steph Curry was winning rings. You want to know why people shoot threes now? It's because of Steph Curry. You want to know why Under Armour basketball is relevant? That's because of Steph Curry. On and off the floor, Steph Curry. It was popping for a second. Anyway. It was popping for a second. Listen, everything in the 2010s, the way that people view basketball is because of Steph Curry. And it is because of his impact. Yes, he is the defining player of the 2010s. Even if you want to say that he is the antithesis of LeBron, guess what? He's still up there in that firm conversation.
There you go. He just said what I said. He basically just said what I said. It's 2010s LeBron James, but you got to put a little signature for Steph on there. That's what you got to do. That's basically what he just said. Also, this little thing on his eyelash is bothering me.
He is right there. Whenever you talk about 2010s basketball, 2020s basketball, Steph Curry's name is the first name that you have to mention.
The Warrior system.
No, it's not. It's LeBron, then Steph. Or LeBron, AD, then Steph. Or LeBron, Kawhi, Steph. Yeah.
It's more memorable. Because Draymond...
Right,
he is right there. Whenever you talk about 2010s basketball, 2020s basketball, Steph Curry's name is the first name that you have to mention.
The Warrior system is more memorable. Because Draymond was the engine on both sides, and not only that,
on both sides
was the more flammable shooter. Did Steph ever 38 and a quarter? Did Steph ever get 60 on 11 dribbles? Answer that question for me.
Just do him the service.
No. Steph, you could say is a better shooter, but whose heat is hotter? That's my question to you.
Whose heat is hotter?
I'll answer your question. No, Steph Curry has never done that. However, the whole reason why we're doing this entire episode is because of Steph Curry. It's not because of Klay Thompson. It's not because of Draymond Green. It's not because of any of that. It is because of Steph Curry.
Why are we having Steph Curry conversation? We should have a Bird conversation. We should have a Magic conversation. We should have a Kareem conversation. We should have a Wilt conversation. He's not better than any of these guys.
Did Larry Bird play in 2010?
2010s.
See what I'm saying about the haters, bro? This is what I mean about the haters, bro. Steph Curry was the defining player of the 2010s. This nigga brought up Larry Bird, Kareem, and Wilt. What are we talking about?
2010s. We should, but not right now. 2010s.
Okay, KD, LeBron.
Tell me.
KD and LeBron are clearly more for that generation than Steph Curry ever will be. They were just better players than him.
And that's why it's not a fact. for Kevin Durant was not a better player and is not a better player than Steph Curry.
Okay. I can't give you this one. This is the second thing that I can't give you. KD's better than Steph. I can't give you that one. You can't say that when literally we just had a conversation about KD having the MVP over him in the finals. I understand that Steph, you have to pay attention to Steph. KD basically just ran through everything because he was able to show off all of those skills that he had at being 7 foot. I can't give you this one.
Oh my God! What's in your Aquafina, my guy?
Steph was better in 2014. Was better in 2015. Was better in 2016. Even whenever they played on the same team, Steph was always better. And you know why? Because he gave space for Kevin Durant to be the best version of himself.
Yeah. Was he ever better than LeBron James?
No.
So we win.
You can still define.
Shouts to the haters.
You can still define a generation without being the best player.
Gotcha. Good stuff, my guy.
Define doesn't mean better. You can define it for the worst. Exactly. A lot of people define some shit for the worst.
Boom.
That's good.
Boom.
Who is this?
Minus points.
I don't think he's been up here yet.
Boo. Minus points.
I know it looks like I'm about to defend Jason Tatum, but that's not the case.
No, but you made a mistake bringing that jersey up here. So it's okay.
Nah.
We're talking about...
Oh, yeah. Because Steph Curry beat them.
The 2010s, correct?
Yes.
If you were talking about the 2020s, oh man, you'd have such a great argument right now. How cute. The 2010s was a very long period of time where Steph wasn't even in the league at the beginning of the 2010s. Like we're talking about...
He was drafted in 2009.
Close enough.
They don't know what they be talking about, bruh. He wasn't even in the league in the beginning of the 2010s. What was drafted in 2009. They don't know basketball, bro.
Close. All right, fair. But he wasn't
fair.
That guy.
We got to get our facts.
My point is, he wasn't.
He didn't. To be fair, maybe mentally he's saying he wasn't Steph Curry. You know, he wasn't Steph until 2015, 2016. I understand that part, but he came out and said it like he wasn't even there yet. And then he broke it down and said 2009, and then you saw he was like, no, my fault. Nah, bruh.
That guy, you know, that's the point. He didn't become that guy until literally the 2015.
And then what happened?
Okay, so I'm
Multiple-
right. All right, so I'm right on that one.
MVPs,
All right.
multiple leagues.
So before 2015, we all knew who the guy was, and his name's LeBron James. What are we doing here? How are we even arguing that Steph is even close to the most? LeBron is still the guy. He's been the guy for all of the 2010s.
Boston, these are your fans.
He was the best player in the 2016 finals, correct? Mm-hmm. How are we putting Steph Curry above him? You're talking about the change into threes. That is what the league is now. It didn't happen until towards 2017.
I think he was really amped up to go up there and talk and didn't have nothing prepared. He was just ready to do it. Yeah. Steph Curry wasn't even there in 2010. He was. But he wasn't him though until 2016. Oh, he was there. LeBron James.
2018. If you're gonna give him those past 3-4 years at the end there, maybe. But he's not the player that LeBron was during 2010 to 2017. Yeah. Okay, so that's his era.
Okay, so 2017, 2018, still in the 2010s.
I agree.
You said the last 3-4 years, about half a decade.
About
you asked what LeBron.
I mean,
the most?
Half the decade is 5. 4 is literally almost there, my boy. Come on, man.
In the 2010s, in the 2010s, LeBron had 3 rings, right? Steph Curry also got 3 rings in the 2010s. Steph Curry also had 2 MVPs in the 2010s. Steph Curry also won a scoring title in the 2010s. Steph Curry, once again, you can't underplay the idea of, he changed the game. The way that people play basketball now is different because of Steph Curry. LeBron was doing amazing.
Tell him about the 2010 part.
LeBron was doing what when LeBron had to.
You're talking about now. He's great now.
When LeBron had
now,
to change
Steph is the guy. 2010s, it was LeBron. You can't give it to Steph because he was good at the end of the era.
When did Steph win his first title? In 2015, in the 2010s. He started in the 2010s.
He's not the guy.
All right, go.
He was bad.
He did not do it.
That guy was bad. Get him out of here, bro. He was bad.
No, that was a very Jason Tatum-like performance.
Oh, that's a bar.
When we talk about
okay, finally somebody that got some good to say. Come on, bro. Don't let me down.
Which player defined the 2010s decade? It's not Steph Curry. It is LeBron James. Now, I want to take you back to 2010. What happened that offseason that changed the NBA and the league forever?
LeBron had to go and ask D Wade and Chris Bosh if they wanted to team up because he was losing to the Boston Celtics.
LeBron made the decision, and that started the entire super team era. So when you talk about changing the NBA and something that Steph Curry ended up needing in order
that did define the 2010s. That's a bar.
To beat LeBron, he needed to form a super team.
He beat LeBron before he had a super team.
With Kyrie and Kevin Love injured and Mozgov and Dellavedova as the second best player. But if you want to count that, that's fine. And actually in that finals...
The diamonds on his ring are real. So yeah, I'm going to count that.
In that finals, who was the finals MVP? And why was he finals MVP? Was it Iguodala because he was doing good defense on LeBron? And was LeBron second place in the voting over...
That would have been crazy. Had LeBron James won that Finals MVP after losing 4-2, that would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. I think that would have actually helped LeBron's case a whole lot. I think they folded. They didn't want that to happen. They folded.
versus Steph Curry, even though
Like, we got the ring, but they go to MVP of the whole goddamn.
though LeBron was on the losing team, but he completely outplayed Curry. But that's fine. If you want to count 2015, sure. In 2016, when everyone was healthy and they lost, who did they go calling for? Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant would have never signed with the Warriors and made that super team if LeBron didn't do it first in 2010. So he defined that entire decade with the decision.
You better have a good response. So,
Hey, we might got one. I told you, we might got one. That's a good point. And think about it. LeBron doesn't do that. KD doesn't go there. The Warriors might have 1 or 2 championships. They don't have 4 because KD came in and helped them get 2 more. Hey, KD don't go to the Warriors. They don't win. That's what Draymond told us.
I'm saying,
Let's see what you got.
I think LeBron did have impact, and I'm not saying that he didn't. What I'm saying is that Steph Curry's impact as a whole is more impressive, and you can feel it a little bit more because once again, the way that people are playing basketball, the types of shots that people are playing. LeBron, towards the end of his game, now he feels like he has to add a 3-point shot. Why? Because Steph Curry told everybody, and the way that Steph Curry played is you have to take threes to be competitive in this league, and that's because of Steph Curry.
Yeah, now Steph Curry did influence a lot of three-pointers, and yeah, a lot of little kids are shooting more three-pointers that they shouldn't be shooting.
Not little kids, grown men who are getting paid millions of dollars to play basketball.
The best,
like LeBron James, like Kevin Durant.
The best NBA players right now, they're not influenced by Steph Curry. The best players right now, Jokic, Luka Doncic, those are offensive triple-double engines. And they took that from LeBron, who made that the cool thing.
Luka, first of all, we got to talk about that. Luka's with the Lakers now. Luka said LeBron James is his favorite player. He's right.
The 2010s. You look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, same thing. He's an offensive engine. A lot of those three-point specialists and three-point shooters, that hasn't been the trend. You need guys like Jokic who are known not for scoring, not just for rebounding, but also for great passing. That's what LeBron kind of ushered in. The Luka Doncic types. Those are the players that were influenced by the 2010s decade.
Next up.
Pretty good.
Good job, bro. He cooked.
All right, ready? Steph Curry is a top 5 player of all time.
Okay, this is where we're gonna stop this video at, and we're gonna get number 3. Part 3 gonna have this, and straight towards the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Listen, that guy right here, this guy right here, he's about the only good one. Everybody else is they bots. Just like on the other one with the LeBron James one. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Peace.